Welcome to Barbecue Food for You, the backyard barbecue channel. Today we're going to be making Meathead's Chinatown Char Siu ribs, which is a Chinese barbecue recipe found at AmazingRibs.com. Start with a large bowl and add half a cup of Hoisin sauce. Half a cup of brandy, but you can use rum or bourbon. A quarter cup of honey. A quarter of a cup of soy sauce. 2 tablespoons of toasted sesame seed oil. 2 tablespoons of hot sauce. This is Frank's Red Hot. You can use whatever type you like. 2 tablespoons of powdered ginger. 2 tablespoons of onion powder. 1 tablespoon of garlic powder. 1 tablespoon of 5-spice powder. And 1 teaspoon of red food coloring. This can be substituted with beetroot powder. Give this a good mix. Take the ribs and pull the membrane off. I like to start with a butter knife, just loosen it up. Then a little bit of paper towel gives you a grip. And then just chop the ribs into individuals. I like to flip it over so you can see the bones, makes it a little bit easier. And try and go right down the middle of the 2 bones. Once you have the ribs cut up, place them in a bag. I'm using a food saver bag, but a Ziploc bag works good, or a metal container. Try and avoid plastic dishes because the red food coloring can stain it. Then just carefully add the marinade to the bag. Take a couple minutes, mix it around really good, getting everything evenly coated. If you're using a food saver bag, spread them out a little bit and just seal them up. Place them in the fridge for a minimum of 1 hour. I'm going to leave them overnight for around 12 hours. Ribs have been marinating for 12 hours now. To stick with the Asian theme, I'm going to be cooking them on the Big Green Egg Kamado style cooker, which is already fired up, sitting at 232 with the Maverick Ready check all set and ready to go. But this can be done on any barbecue set up for 2-zone indirect cooking. To make it easier to get the ribs on the grill, just going to place them in the bowl and we'll run out there and get them on. Look at that, yum. Once you have the ribs on, take the excess marinade, just brush it on. Ribs have been on for an hour. We're going to take a quick peek just for the video. If you're cooking at home, just leave the lid shut and trust your Maverick. Reading at 226. Everything's looking good. Shut the lid. Ribs have been cooking for 2.5 hours now. Let's take a peek and brush on some honey. This is an optional step, but it adds a nice glaze and another layer of flavor. Looking good. Smells even better. Quickly take these off, get the lid shut. For this step, I've warmed up the honey so it's a little bit thinner and easier to brush on. Place a little bit in a bowl, add the ribs, and give them a good coat. Shut the lid, give them another half an hour. With the ribs just off the grill, one option is to garnish them with chopped chives, green onions, or sesame seeds. Just sprinkle a little bit. Meathead's Chinatown Char Siu rib recipe, all ready to serve and tasting great. To find this recipe and so much more great cooking information, tips, and tricks, go to AmazingRibs.com. It's easy to do. Barbecue food for you. Give it a try.